an adventure it's been. Are you kidding me?
Glad we got that fixed.
2018? After all these fucking years?
It's our third time in 2018.
What the fuck?
But it feels good to be here.
We love it there.
Especially when there's here.
Yeah.
We're not still in 1982, are we?
Yeah.
Don't tell me that.
We ain't nowhere else, man, but 2018.
Feel good. Feel good in 2018. In my comfort zone.
Yeah.
Been here before.
Before the incident.
I could stay here.
But what's really good about it, though?
I could build a house and live here forever.
Usually that's what happens when you build a house, is time stands completely still. That minute hand gets stuck.
When you're happy with it. Do you remember being in 2018? We were in 2018 this season.
We never strayed too hell of a far from a 218, do we?
We were breaststroking.
It's just the before times. Swimming under Silver Lakes. The hell was the other one?
Life. 2018. We were there. Way before the podcast even started.
No, I know. But off the top of me.
And then under the Silver Lake. You got it.
You know what I mean?
Good job.
Yeah, we're fucking overlaying maps. We're overlaying maps. So.
Yeah, you've been talking about this one for a long time, Phyllis. We actually just mentioned it, funny enough.
Yeah.
Been mentioning it. I bet it might be one of the most frequently mentioned things that we've never talked about.
Well, it's a progenitor.
Yeah.
It's a creator in a way.
We would have watched it in 2018, actually.
Did.
In Bedrock.
Yeah. Probably saw this movie too many times to admit.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many times I've talked to people to see if they've seen it.
Yeah, this is one of them ones. My new ones is Beau is Afraid, honestly. I'm telling everyone that you gotta watch that.
Yeah.
And Under the Silver Lake.
Yeah, but this is a tough watch.
Yeah.
It's a tough recommendation.
No, I agree.
And it's the type of movie that you have to watch all the way through.
Yeah.
Or else you leave feeling bad or
well,
better.
On St. Paddy's Day, when I subbed out to watch Smile.
Right.
I'm so glad that I did, because there's two things that Caitlin hates: animals and children. Yeah, and she wouldn't have liked Incident.
Oh, it's
Tray.
checking boxes.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
There's gonna it's a weird disclaimer, really. Don't give a lot of those.
Yeah.
But I don't know if everyone will go out and watch this movie, but maybe if they want to hear some of the gory details,
yeah, exactly.
You'll find out. So not for the weak, the faint or the weak of heart and or stomach.
There is a lot of room for people to think you're one sick puppy for liking this film.
And the director doesn't do no favors for it, because he's divisive.
Yeah.
And he did have a comment which you can't stand behind, but I guess was probably in jest.
Yeah.
Where he said something about, made him sound like a Nazi sympathizer. said he could knew what it was like to be Hitler or something during I think a huge film festival like Cannes or something. But
I can see why this film wouldn't help that too much.
Oh, and some more things that are popping in my head was that Spielberg, so inspired by him, that he said he would like carry bags on a set just to be there.
Yeah.
Or something that sound laborious and like below the line.
Yeah. Have you seen any of his past work?
I have seen a few of them. I watched Europa. It's a black and white one. I think it's got some red in it. Really takes place a lot of train in it.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. I can't think. I have to go back and look at the story. I kind of forget it right off the hand. But I did see Melancholia. I didn't really see too much of the Nympho ones,
Yeah, I watched
which were renowned for having like actual sex combined with actors.
Yeah.
But they were body doubles apparently.
Yeah.
And they
I
used
just checked out some of it. But other than that, this is
divisive stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, Antichrist. I don't think I ever saw it, but that was a big Defoe one.
Yeah. Well, I'm wondering if is that the clip that you see of Defoe?
Naked, probably.
No, he's in a bear trap or something. There's a part where it's like a montage of a bunch of movies. It'd be funny if it was just clips of all his filmography. Probably is.
Yeah. He's in a lot of his shit.
Okay.
And maybe some of the Skarsgård, something like that, are in some of his stuff.
Mm.
Kirsten Dunst, of course, was in Melancholia, which was like a bit of a sad movie.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
One would imagine.
But anyway, yeah, I saw this movie initially at the Finn for the extreme movie section.
No way.
So saw this in theaters, like the most uncensored version,
Yeah.
which we'll get into because I don't think you ever saw. Or wait. Oh, we'll find out which version you've seen.
Yeah.
Because the one I watched was the soft one.
Okay.
The one I rewatched. But I remember vividly all the things.
Exciting.
So, like what made it really intense.
Okay.
And also saw in that same extreme section, like maybe the night after, was Climax.
Oh man, I've been meaning to watch that too.
Yeah. That'll probably have a little bit of a creepiness to it for you as well.
And then what's the other one? How we found Mia Goth originally, Suspiria. I really want to watch that.
Yeah.
For some reason,
Goblin.
Because Climax.
But it's a remake. But apparently
Suspiria is.
an alright one. But I think the original's the way to go with Suspiria.
I'll watch them both.
Yeah, it's a really tough one to say. Like, I think I've seen bits and pieces of it. I've listened to the soundtrack a bit, Goblin.
Yeah.
And, oh shit, that was another thing when we were talking about experiences we had walking around. Listen to Halloween 3.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
How
And
it
the
sync up with the walk.
The eerie trail.
Shouldn't just say it out of context.
Yeah.
But it was an entire like pitch black walk that was all determined by certain cues, any cue.
Well, I think
You could feel it in your fucking shaking bones.
Yeah.
Which sounds funny about a third movie. But that soundtrack is a banger.
Yeah.
And I've listened to it since and tried to recreate that experience.
Also walking in Bedford when I took you under the overpass.
Too regional.
And there's so many saw this graffiti of skulls and they actually got the red spray paint out for the blood coming out of them. And I'm like, oh yeah, we used to hang out here all the time, glorifying the spot.
Yeah.
You see like a sleeping bag up in the corner or someone living under there. We keep walking through, and then we come to this tunnel, and you shine a light, and it's like children's murals.
Yeah, it was like the happiest place ever.
Yeah.
But it was so.
I think we should turn around. I've never seen this before. This seems alarming.
Yeah. Shacking.
So that's on the list. Put that on the list.
Put what on? I don't got a list going.
You got a list of spooky walk adventures?
Not a good one. But we'll have this in total recognition, so we'll never forget.
Perfect. Someone's got to keep track of all our stories and put them into lists. Do the legwork.
Some kind of story accountant. Yeah. Who knows how to use Excel?
$2018, eh?
Yeah.
What do you got? How did 2018 start for you? What did you hear in January 2018?
What did I hear?
Yeah. An old scratchy voice. A conversation in the darkness. Maybe.
A vigil with Virgil?
A little visual with Virgil. No visual.
No visual whatsoever. Pitch black comedy.
Night talk.
That they're setting the precedent for a pitch black comedy. So it is funny, despite all of the horrifying, like, whoa there, hold your horses. Be careful of this one. This is a real movie that it's hard to talk about with your friends.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard not to enjoy. Mm-hmm. The brutal acts that he's doing, and just the way that it's so formulated.
Yeah.
Formulaic. Because it's all in hindsight.
Yeah.
As he's going through, he's narrating. And which, like, I found right away, even that is just like a smart way to have something narrated. It's a conversation. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to this guy.
Without it.
And, like, someone actually being able to ask you and, like, combat you in your own narrations.
The narration is both a mystery throughout this and very necessary, because it would be a very quiet movie in a lot of ways if it didn't have this almost like a fourth wall break. Yeah. There's like a certain kinetic screaming out to the viewer kind of way, and it almost feels like documentary-ish.
Well, they took a lot of liberties, like the montages of artwork and just the way that he goes into discussions about architecture, and it's all over the place at times. A little bit of history in there. Yeah,
and they'll jump back to things over and over again too. Yeah. Which in so many movies, that's that fleeting moment. Yeah. Like if you look away and you miss something, unless you pause or go back, you're not gonna see it. But with this, it constantly will remind you of things that happened.
Yeah. And there's even times where, in the narration, they're talking about something and something else would happen. Mm-hmm. So you're not sure if that narration took place between two said incidences. Yeah. Or if it's all in hindsight. Mm-hmm. And, like, later on. Because the 7-man salute, or whatever you want to call it.
Yes.
For now.
Yes, sure.
They're having a conversation before that. And it seems like because of that conversation, he could have went and said this act.
Yeah.
But later on, you find out that it was all in hindsight. Mm-hmm. That he did this act, and that was actually his response to the conversation. Uma. Gotta love Uma. Even though she's pretty annoying in this one. I'd probably stop for her.
Yeah, she's just looking for a Jack. Everything is so on the nose in this moment.
It sure is.
Yeah. But the
Quite on the fucking nose, isn't it?
What? She's just there. She's just having a bit of bad luck.
His name is said 20 times before he even introduces himself as Jack.
They really ingrain the term Jack.
Jack is a little broke.
Yeah. Basically, Uma has found herself with a broken tire Jack. Yeah. She's stranded on the side of the road.
Yeah. Really shaky handy cam, eh? Mm-hmm. Like, throughout the whole film, but you really see it. These first couple shots.
Yeah.
He's like
swinging back and forth. And good lands. Yeah. Like, it's well blocked.
Yeah.
It's done with that frenetic kind of, like, over shaky.
Yeah.
Like, it's being nervously filmed.
Yeah.
In a way. Which gives it a bit more anxiety, which it doesn't necessarily need.
Oh, well, there is a lot of long shots in this. Like, there's a lot of technical things that they've done to get that suspense and that tension going and making you feel like you're stuck in that moment with them.
Yeah. And that's why you have to watch it to the end.
And even the over shakiness. There's something about the over shakiness that can almost bring you in more. Mm-hmm. Like, make you feel like you're there.
You're stuck.
Yeah.
Fucking stuck. It's like being stuck on a roller coaster.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure they had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Just running and gunning with this film.
Yeah. And we're running and gunning. We're going to see if we can get to Sonny's here.
Yeah. He's a blacksmith.
A blacksmith. Fortunately, not too far up the road.
And she's already like... Oh, silly me. Like, she's got a real weird kink, I think. She's like, maybe you're a murderer. Maybe you're going to bury me.
She's all over. I mean, she's...
she won't... She's relentless.
You gotta almost think she's just trying to nip it in the bud, you know what I mean?
She brings it up again.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm sorry, did I offend you by calling you a murderer? And he has the funniest line. That absolutely has no importance to me.
Yeah, he's pretty...
And it's like his first...
We should mention line. Who Jack is played by.
Who is he?
Matt Dillon.
That little outsider there.
Yeah. He's taken some risky roles.
Yeah.
Not to try and take away from the action of this thing, but I guess we should address like that this was a risky role.
Yeah. My favorite Matt Dillon film. I can't even remember the name of, but he gets fired from his job and he ends up robbing a bank. It's like... It's almost in this vein.
Yeah.
Like it would pair well watching it after this or before this.
Yeah.
It's...
Factotum is one I'll bring up in the meantime, which was based on a Bukowski.
Okay.
A book, who was a guy who didn't get famous until super late in life, or didn't get
Employee of the Month.
Employee of the Month. Right?
You ever see that?
I believe I have. Yeah, he was in like.
Yeah, Steve Zahn.
The One Night at McCool's, which I saw in the theaters and stuff.
Yeah.
But Factotum is about like a man of many jobs, basically. So he's kind of like unemployed-ish during this. But Marissa Tomei, like, is his girlfriend.
I love Marissa Tomei.
She's always in her prime, Marissa Tomei.
Yeah.
And this is no exception. So I was a bit enamored with that movie.
She's still in her prime.
Yeah. Wild Things, he was a total creep in that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He's like almost a B movie actor, but I think he's still A.
Cowboy or whatever it is.
Yeah, he's A-list, right? He's the most B A-list movie I've ever encountered, or movie star.
That's true. He's not invited to the parties, but his he's always mentioned. He's always
comes
mentioned.
up in every conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Rob Lowe. Rob Lowe acts leans. He's like, oh yeah, we never invite that shit.
Yeah, no. He's the old guy that hangs outside. He's like, and he just pretends like he's part of the show.
Yeah. He's almost got a bit of a McConaughey to him.
No, he's got a bit of a
Madsen.
Yeah, like a fucking, I don't know. Especially as he gets old, more like jowly.
Yeah, it's fucking brooding. Anyway, I just wanted to bring light to who we're looking at here. And he's a little bit nebbish at this point. He evolves quite a bit. His arc is mainly through internal battles that he finds a solution to that most people can't.
A solution? And but it's funny because he doesn't even want to drive her anywhere.
Yeah.
He's a victim.
Yeah.
He's getting pushed into this.
And if you go into this not knowing anything about it,
yeah.
like if you have no idea the premise or whatever, I mean, maybe you get how like hard it's pushing at this idea for him to serial kill. But, and it might, even in the early Verge stuff, but I don't know if it quite hints at it. It probably lets this be a little bit of a surprise as she prods and prods over and over and pushes him.
She even gives him the idea. She says she's going to hit him.
Yeah.
She threatened him first.
Yeah, this is how she's going to protect herself, basically.
This could hold up in court.
Yeah, a little bit of a fail-safe, you know what I mean? Like, a little bit of a warning disguised as a, you know, see if you get a little bit of a rise out of him. But he's holding strong.
Yeah.
He's pushing it down.
Yeah. And then goes to drop her off, and she's like, no, you're going to wait for me.
Yeah.
And makes Sonny stop what he's doing.
I got
working on the Miller tractor.
Yeah. I'm sure Sonny will take you home.
Yeah.
I'm just as much of a stranger as Sonny. She's like, yeah.
The only difference is Sonny drives his customers places.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah. Lets her go inside, whatever. Waits a second. Goes inside after. Right? Yeah. Sonny's already working away.
Yeah, and he says, I was working on the Miller's tractor, but she's awful persistent.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're building a rapport.
Yeah. So then he's driving her back, and then again with the murdering.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, that was silly of you. Now someone saw us together.
Yeah.
We got a witness.
Yeah. Subtle reminder.
Yeah. Little does she know, Sonny don't say shit. That's why we go to Sonny.
Yeah.
You got everything except for Full Metal Jackets.
Oh, yeah. When it gets cold and you don't have that big metal jacket. It sucks.
And
when
then,
you're a tin man, no oil, baby.
And then she even starts verbally assaulting him.
A barrage.
Calls him a wimp.
Yeah.
That would break any man.
Takes him to Chickenville.
Yeah.
You don't have the guts.
Yeah. Then he shows his cards. Shows his hand. Jack of clubs. That is an awful whack.
He goes back.
Oh, yeah? No, fuck.
You're really jumping the jack.
Yeah, because he goes to drop her off, and then it breaks. Sonny didn't even do a good job.
No, he was too persistent.
Yeah.
He repaired it too quickly. The metal wasn't even fully cooled. Cooled down.
Yeah.
With a nice cold one from the McCool's bar.
Yeah.
Sonny before Sonny.
He doesn't got time for this. What man would?
Yeah, so they're going to go back to Sonny's, she thinks.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go with this. Jump back in the car. Don't even...
And she doesn't even give him a jack or anything.
No, you think that would have cooled him down a little bit?
Might have helped.
Reach over.
It worked for me, okay?
Didn't give him a reach over?
I'm trying to relate to this film.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then she calls him a wimp.
Yeah. Yeah. Hold the wheel, would you?
Yeah. But yeah, she gets bed up. That shot of her with her face like caved in.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal.
And
Probably the most faithful killing to the other version. So we're not quite there yet on knowing which version you have, because I don't remember this part being any more graphic. This might beat around the bush as we have been for a lot of this episode.
Yeah. Not too close to the bush, but...
No. Closer to the top bush.
It's cut up with some... the architecture.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the sublime work of art.
Yeah.
That get hidden away.
But you can hear the thuds behind it.
Oh yeah, they're thuddy. And imagine it in Dolby whatever point, what? Imagine that in Dolby surround. Fucking thuds panning.
Oh yeah.
Panning thuds. Cathedrals. It's big in the cathedrals in this incident.
This one you're getting all the information about round arches and pointed arches.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the first, like... They go into tangents, these little inserts.
Do they?
Yeah,
do they ever?
Yeah, like way longer than you're expecting them.
You actually get a little bit of a lesson. Fortunately, it's all from a terrible individual.
And then even how, like, they had to make buildings big and round, but then they started making them have points to them, and they could actually eliminate a bunch of space off it. And then they were using that to turn it around. That's why they started making castles so funky. Yeah. Because they didn't need so much of a dome, so they would just detach something and turn it into these big pillars or something. Yeah. Like that. Just make it look classy.
Mm-hmm. Then it's like jumping back to murder and a couple times.
Yeah, exactly. I think
Phyllis.
I think it might be after that you actually see her face.
Yeah.
All caved in.
Yeah, it pauses on it kind of, and well, I never really pauses, I don't think. I think it uses super slow motion a few times in this. So this dude considers himself an engineer. We got no one to back that up.
I know. He's
like, a failed architect.
He goes from architect to engineer to... he always wanted to pretend to be an architect. Yeah. But I think he's an engineer.
Yeah. He's drafting up plans for his own house here.
He's a jack of all trades.
Yeah. It's already kind of hinting that he's OCD.
Yeah.
Because it's also talking about how it's like a huge issue because when it comes to cleaning his fridge, he finds it very difficult.
Yeah. And he can never leave a room unless it's completely tidy.
Yeah. So I didn't realize that it hinted at that so early in it.
Yeah.
But it's very interesting. Like, it's showing here.
They actually have a discussion about his OCD. Like, it's not even hinted at. Mm-hmm. Like, he's talking about it as he's working. It's the same kind of scene as him making his little houses.
Yeah. And it's showing, like, all the advantageous things that surround his lifestyle. Like, the street where he's got his place, the sign's busted, so it just says pros.
Yeah.
And
that's German for cheers.
Slancha.
Cilantro.
Prospect.
You know how hard that would be to order cilantro and you get cilantro.
Yeah. Fucking leaves a bad taste of soap in your mouth, or what are you as far as cilantro goes? Speaking of divisive shit.
You don't like cilantro?
I don't think I really like
Some
cilantro.
people are allergic to cilantro.
Yeah. Well, is that why you taste it as soap? Due to the allergy? That's worth a goo. One time I had it in a beer, which I didn't like at all. I don't know. I don't think I'm big on it. But
tuna and cilantro.
I hate...
We're making a bunch of lists tonight.
Ugh. Prospect Ave.
So do you actually
You're
start
a real
seeing
prospector.
like the exterior shot of him starting to build this house? Like he does have a property.
Yeah.
You find out that he has money to play with and build his own house. First crack at architecture.
Mm-hmm. And he's got this other place where nobody knows its name. Anti-Cheers.
Yeah. And he actually... Yeah, that's funny.
But it's got pizzas that he never managed to sell.
I meant to go back and figure out how he ended up getting that place. The walk-in freezer. What was the story with the pizzas and stuff?
You got it for cheap or something, and it came with it.
Yeah.
And I guess he thought he was going to maybe sell it and make some money. But...
He said he ate one.
Yeah, it kind of moves on to, I guess, it's not a MacGuffin. It doesn't really push this thing along, but like it sets up the mystery of this door that he can't open.
Yeah. Which,
for a serial killer, you find ways that, like, you got endless assortment of knives and everything
Chekhov's
to poke
gun?
at it.
Is that what you're saying?
He's like welding metal bars to the back of it to like really,
coming up with a couple different prototypes is what I thought, because it's the same thing with the house. Like I thought he did one lock and then he's like, I'm not happy with this. So then he's trying something else.
Yeah.
But he's just like triple locking.
Yeah, he's triple locking, exactly. He doesn't want any surprises while he's in there. Dextering. So, just to wrap up the incident one.
Number one.
Get that one in the can. The police don't come. They never come a knocking about this one.
Yeah.
As you mentioned earlier a little bit.
He has one last task. Okay, go on. What did I mention earlier?
Well, I guess we'll just wrap up with a couple of basic police details here. Yeah. So he, tried to hide the car.
But, okay, I got one question for you. Did he go to Sonny's? How did he fix the tire?
He probably didn't even give a fuck. He just drove on it. I've seen tons of videos. I saw one lady didn't even know she was missing a tire.
I think
if
that was what he did.
It was half-heartedly that he put it into the woods. He said he tried to hide it. So the try, I think, indicates that he perhaps didn't have the most ease, wedging this into Treeville.
Yeah. But I think if that's what he did, just drove it on the flat. He should have. I would have liked to see that shot. That it would have worked.
Yeah.
With the vein of the whole thing.
Yeah, he couldn't get it in that far. No pun intended. Yeah. Because he was catching a glimmer of it that kept bugging him at a glance. Yeah. You know what I mean?
But state lines.
Yeah. So that was bugging him.
Yeah, that's the first. In this incident, space. That's the first actual example of his OCD and his, how he gets so fixated on the little details. You can see it from the road. Mm-hmm. I was almost thinking that he's gonna get back in the car and try to hide it somewhere else or something like that.
Yeah. But he didn't give a fuck. He's kind of the illusion that...
cleaning out the van and stuff when they're talking about the OCD. So you see him putting in the work.
Mm-hmm. But that's about it. Yeah. Sonny never said shit. They had lunch and stuff a bunch of times after. Exactly.
Doesn't give a fuck.
No.
He's just sticking to his blacksmithing.
Yeah. Yeah, so Incident 2,
Incident 2,
as you see here. this thing is told, as we didn't mention earlier.
Yeah. Bring it back.
Bring
Beep.
it.
Beep.
Right?
Beep.
Yeah, told in a series of random events. Lemony Snicket style.
Incident 2.
Incident 2 indeed.
Duisburg.
Yeah. So he's randomly following this lady to her house?
Yeah, he likes the look of her.
Yeah.
He thinks maybe this is the old roommate of my ex-girlfriend.
Something.
Can finally let my breath out. I haven't had this breath of fresh air since I think it was Bo.
That's right.
Finally.
Yeah, who is this lady?
The roommate.
Yeah, I know.
I know, guy. I know, guy.
No, I know. But,
what else is she in?
She's such a familiar face.
She is... she's chewing gum. Or maybe that's the roommate.
Yeah.
I can see her in something else. Like maybe Billy Madison or something like that.
Yeah. Anyway, great actress. In a way...
Character face.
Character face.
I believe is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, I don't know. I
always forget.
She's familiar.
I always forget how to say this name.
She's a familiar.
Siobhan, I think.
Like SIOUX.
SIOBH.
Oh, Siobhan, yeah.
Siobhan Fallon Hogan.
Siobhan Fallon Hogan. Siobhan Fallon Hogan. Yeah. Anyway, good to see you.
The wife in Men in Black.
Oh, of D'Onofrio.
Yeah.
Right in the beginning. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
That's a great one to get a visual.
Bitching him out.
Right.
And she's also in an episode of The Shadows, which I know you like.
Oh, yes. I just did a fucking vampire-y sort of impression. Wasn't quite honing that. Shout out to Colin Robinson. I'm going to talk slower.
Stanley's mother
break
in
down
Holes.
the minutiae of art. Pardon?
She's in Holes.
Holes. Oh, yes.
Stanley Young.
Louis Sacher. Yeah, interesting. Holes. I saw that in theaters.
Yeah.
Read the book. Me first girlfriend recommended me reading Holes before seeing the movie. And
I read it before I saw it in school.
Did you?
Yeah. Before the movie even came out, I think I read it.
Yeah. It is a good, quick read. Go Holes.
Holes.
Shia
LaBeouf.
Yeah, that's a little...
Patricia Arquette was in it.
In Holes?
Yeah.
Go away.
She was
I can't really remember that. It's been a while.
Feisty counselor or whatever she was. Sheriff.
Yeah. It was
Not
Life
sheriff.
for Kids.
Yeah. Zero had a pretty good career, I think.
Tangents.
After that.
Talking about other art forms here.
I don't know how armpit fit
Onions.
Onions.
Remember that being in Holes.
Oh yeah, lots of onions. Lots of onions and peaches. Enough of the looking.
Yeah, so what is this right by a church too?
Yeah,
this might have been the first time I noticed that.
Lots of choices. There's some.
Just does a cold call.
Yeah. Does a knock. Pretends to be the police.
Now, this scene is pretty interesting, right? This social engineering.
Yeah. He's the usual suspects are.
It's pretty. Okay.
Doesn't he?
What?
He's like, but did he? Okay, this is a question. Before I.
This is a
go out and
question.
say,
Usually you put that at the end of the sentence with a
what do you
particular
think
mark.
about the Carlson's groceries? Did he follow her from Carlson's? Or did he usual suspects her and say, yes, yeah, I know you shop at Carlson's. Because you see the bag behind her.
Yeah.
And like later on he sees the husband. Like, oh, I know your husband died.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this is all part of the social engineering. You need to get every little bit of information there to really be able to sell it.
Yeah.
But he's clunky. So he's pretending to be a police officer, imitating a police officer, as the audience well knows.
Yeah.
So she's so funny. She's like, did something happen?
Yeah.
You know, she's not unwise. And she's not letting him in.
Yeah. I wouldn't call her simple.
Yeah. And, no, not quite. Although he thinks all women are simple. Which is, narration-wise, you know, it's an unreliable narrator. Because it's a little skewed.
Yeah.
Would you say?
He says he's a victim being a man.
Yeah. But, so, he's laying on this person. He's like, sorry, I don't have my badge. Just getting it redone at the Silver Smith.
Yeah.
Sonny's
got it.
The fucking dumbest word.
Yeah.
It's like when you're summons to court or whatever.
Yeah, he's saying Sonny's cleaning it up for him.
Yeah, silversmith thing. Yeah, we're getting it shined here.
This guy hangs out with a lot of Smiths, doesn't he?
And then she goes, now what are you?
Yeah, what are the citations? I'm not allowed to say, but it's a leap up the ladder.
Yeah. What great delivery, though, with that. What are you then? Like, what rank are you?
Yeah, exactly. She's asking the right questions.
Yeah. Yeah. But there is, like, no correct answers here. Are you clapping because when you say no, it makes my day?
Yeah.
When you don't let me in, that's what thrills me.
Yeah.
You know?
He goes, turns into a regular Matt Mueller, doesn't he?
Who's Matt Mueller again?
The American Nightmare. Okay, we'll get to it. You'll remember. You'll remember. Yeah. And he keeps using the word...
I can't believe I don't remember. I just don't have it queued up at all. American Nightmares.
He keeps using the word considerable. He's like, and a considerable.
Yeah.
You know, and he's talking about... that's when he latches on to the dead husband.
Yeah, start seeing him.
Not a police officer.
Yeah.
Insurance guy.
Yeah, but first he starts introducing this sort of... you know, I can maybe get you a double pension, which is, you know, money is gonna...
He's applauding her security.
Yeah.
You know, the cops get us to do this.
Glenn? Hey, you know Glenn?
Hey. Yeah. Oh, you know Glenn? Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. So another incident where somebody goes by and does nothing, just kind of waves. But that's so funny. You know Glenn? Because he just enthusiastically waves at this car as well.
Yeah, waves. Yeah, she waves.
Yeah.
And then he waves too, and he's like, great guy.
Yeah. You know Glenn?
You know him? Oh, yeah, sure.
Sure. That delivery.
Ah, great guy.
Yeah,
that was
sure.
the best one. Great guy. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, the pension thing gets him in the door.
Yeah. Double?
Yeah.
You can double my pension?
And the second he gets in there, he's just like, do you know how humiliating?
I had to sit out there and pretend to be different people.
Exposed.
Yeah. It's starting to while out. The only advice I could give him is watch out for the glass table. What's his first move that he tries to get in on her?
Tea?
First move of attack.
Well, she goes to get some tea, and he just like immediately runs.
Yeah, tries the guillotine.
Yeah.
Don't you see how that works for Dustin? They just fall right out.
Slippery.
Yeah.
Like O'Malley slippery, according to Cheeto.
Yeah. If he had a coach, Verge should have said that.
Mm-hmm.
Just stop doing the guillotine.
Yeah.
He tries various moves on her. Tries the back choke. Mm-hmm. And then he twists around her to the front choke. He gives her like the Indian burn of death.
Yeah. And this is where it really got disturbing.
We can say that.
In the... have time to reconsider.
Yeah.
But right now we're in a forever act.
We got reservations in hell anyways.
Yeah. True enough. So, and this is where you find out which version you're watching for sure. Because in the theater, that choke went uncomfortably long. Like, you're like, that actress is dead.
There was like a lot of it. I don't know how much. I didn't time it.
It was too long.
Yeah?
Yeah. It was like that Cockney thug beat where you just like... and it
Just
keeps
drop
going
already.
for a couple more.
Yeah. But then she's still alive.
It's like neck busted.
Yeah.
Like swallowing
I think
her
it's
tongue.
like the trachea is busted.
Yeah. Which is pretty graphic. That's not something you typically see. You know, usually it's just, you know, you're out and whatever.
She musters the words "can't talk." That's all she can get out.
Oh my god, he sucks so hard too. He's like, okay, I'm just gonna give you a pillow, help you feel a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah, no, should have bought a dog. I think you should buy a dog. Matt Mueller? Matt Mueller!
I know Matt Mueller. I just haven't queued it up yet. I'm still distracted here.
What can I do to make this good again? Yeah. Bring this chamomile everywhere I go.
Oh,
Couple donuts. He's like, this guy is a cop.
It's not chamomile. What he just had water and mixed the donut with it and called it chamomile. Yeah, just has a little bit of water in a thermos. He brings his own thermos.
He says chamomile and donuts.
Yeah, but I think he just says that because he like mushes it into the water, which is just a gross combo.
Yeah, it's not like she can say that wasn't chamomile.
Yeah. She cannot protest. Yeah, chamomile is good for you. I think he was just bullshitting her.
And then he's like touching her face, and this is when I thought he is rubbing fingerprints all over her. And all over. Like, you'd think this guy would buy some gloves.
Yeah. Yeah, she does try and get up a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's about the the end of his gratuities.
Yeah, turns to a bit of a fuck fountain, doesn't she?
Oh my god. Well, then he like chokes her again.
Yeah.
Then he does that Dexter stab.
Yeah.
That one that he does every single kill, you know, right to the heart. But the little fountain of fuck, right?
Yeah. It's kind of. It reminded me of those prank flowers.
A little bit. And then it doesn't stop there, because it's picture time.
Yeah.
He's one of them ones.
Yeah. And this is when you get his own nickname. He docks himself a nickname, does he not?
Not there. Not there. That's way later.
Oh, because he doesn't. Yeah, he's not happy with them.
Yeah. So he doesn't.
Oh yeah, and then he hits
adopt
her with
a nickname, but
it's
he
the
does
upside down choke that does it.
The Spider-Man.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he gets his Jude Law on for sure. This reminded me of how much I love that character, Jude Law in Road to Perdition. When he's doing that, taking all the pictures of the dead bodies and stuff like that.
Yeah, I can barely remember.
You could say that it's his own Jack's only competition with this style of art, this genre of photography.
He does try and make a case for it. But, yeah, he bags her up. Anything else happen in the house there before? I'd like that you want to say, because I just think it's funny the way...
Oh, there's just so many crosses, even in this house.
Oh, just
you see it everywhere.
Just to show that religion can't save you from the wrong person.
Yeah. And then, he's wiping down a lot of stuff. Almost everything.
Yeah, well, yeah, he does.
But the only thing he doesn't wipe down is the bottle of cleaner. Yeah, what's the dirtiest thing in the world? Soap dispensers. Only dirty hands touch them. A clean hand never touches a soap dispenser.
Yeah. I can imagine that we just didn't catch that in the B-roll.
I wonder
the
if
B unit failed.
Yeah, that must have been in the theatrical version, was it not?
Maybe it was. Maybe we had time for it there. You know, it is all the little things. Like when he's bringing that body out and he lets it slide down and he does that like casual like little walk off.
Yeah. It's like he's trying to be subtle with it, but at the same time he gets so much enjoyment. Yeah. And that stuff that she was wrapped in, that's what we got to wrap Phyllis in.
Cruel, but okay.
I think we first wanted to work with you. You know the quote. You get it. All right. Garbage bags it is.
It's the little things that really add up in this thing and in Phyllis's life. You get a glimpse of this Bob Dylan video-esque.
Read that first note. My next note there. That's exactly what it reminded me of. I'm wondering something that they keep going back to. And I'm wondering actually what part of production do you think they added this? Because it looks like...
it's hard to say.
You know how actors do like weight changes to get into a role? Mm-hmm. Like it seemed like at the time that they shot these scenes with him flipping the papers, he looked like he was in better shape than he does the rest of the movie.
Was he going to play like something in the Marvel universe?
Like he got back in shape and then they brought him back to do these shots after the fact?
Yeah. Well, he's not exactly a schlub, but he's not...
Yeah, but even in the face.
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe it's just
he's not
the power of makeup and stuff. The power of makeup and hair.
He's got kind of a Clark Kent vibe.
Yeah, but not so much in this. Like, this movie ages him.
No, I mean visually, maybe maybe like an older one. Just his aesthetic a little bit. Yeah, this whole murder. I don't know if that's good for the algorithm. I'm not saying it out of like the other.
In the vein of, this is when he's like, "Oh my God, where didn't I clean?" He's having these little visions of leaving blood under, like places that blood wouldn't splatter. Is where he's picturing blood.
It's the funniest
under a lamp.
Shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And he goes back, and like the contradiction of it all is, you just see him putting so many more fingerprints over everything as he's moving it, making sure that there's no blood, and then leaving. And how many times does he go back and forth?
He covers his ass on this anyway. Yeah. He goes back a couple of times. They really milk this. Yeah, look under the chair leg.
The painting, behind the painting.
Yeah, peel back the rug. Yeah. Do a little clean again.
Yeah.
Every time he goes back, he kind of goes over the same spots a couple times again, too, just in case.
Yeah. Well, the painting's funny because first he's like, he just walks over to it and like straightens it. Because he has that bad of OCD. Yeah. He's like, ooh. And he's like, I should look behind this. There could be blood.
Yeah, so he heads out. He's all ready to leave. And then he just has this moment every time. Just like imagining, cutting to, and it's showing it with blood in his mind. Yeah. He sees the blood. Yeah. And heads back in. Oh, wipe the front. No, not butt under.
Even when sirens are coming. He has to check one more time.
Yeah, back in, hit that floor again. Yeah. Sirens. Yeah, he hurries away. Damn, under the chair leg. Yeah. But you hear that cop coming close. But the cop's like checking another spot next door. Yeah. Like it's kind of a weird suspense. Like you kind of feel like he's there for him, but it's not like that urgent feeling at that moment.
Yeah, because you think he's going to drive away when the cop starts going up another driveway. Mm-hmm. But he just stops and watches. And then you see the cop get in his car and slowly come closer and stop in front of
But he's already had the foresight there to kind of ditch the body just behind the van and off to a small little embankment or something.
Kept it on a tow line just in case.
Yeah. But the cop does roll up on him as anticipated. Hits him with a little bit of them gears. Tells him to get out. And kind of gives him that kind of tough attitude for a second.
But right away gets up against the van. If someone says get out of the vehicle.
Oh, he thinks he's toast. Yeah. If they know anything, they know too much.
I'd be a bad guy if I said no.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so gets a little bit of a van check. All clear.
All clear.
The thing is pushed slightly off to the side there. But the fucking lying here is so funny.
Professional bullshitter. This guy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, me and her husband go way back.
We used to work together.
Yeah, we used to work together in the trains.
Yeah. Well, but it shows his brilliance, because from that he already knows not only that the husband's dead, but what he does, and it's, he can use it multiple ways.
Yeah, he used to collect the TV guides.
Yeah, she went missing.
Yeah. And I collect TV guides too, and I was missing a few issues. Yeah. So she said,
"Yeah, exactly."
Well, they're train mags, to be fair. But yeah, the cop goes in, and he just follows. This is how he covered his tracks here. Definitely, if you saw him doing that, I thought he was being kind of careful. I didn't really think about the fingerprint, except for when he went back and he's touching stuff. Yeah. But or he's still checking around.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly.
That's funny too.
Cop goes upstairs or something. He's still
he's still
behind the painting again.
Again under the rug.
Yeah.
Yeah. So inspecting impeccably. That's what he wants to do, and that's what he wants the cop to do. Yeah. To find out, and what a bullshit line. He's like, yeah, she went in there and never saw her again.
Yeah.
And then must have went out the back. Nah.
It's not the best story.
Nah. Wouldn't have gone out the back. Would have noticed. Yeah. He's like, well, where the fuck?
Yeah. Just let it go. Let it go.
Yeah. Thinks she's like us and has a time machine, or fucking however you get out of there, portal.
Yeah. But he hears the best thing a cop could ever say to you: "Go get in your car."
Yeah,
I want you out of here.
Get the fuck out of here, touchy. Yeah. Fucking touching everything, ruining this crime scene.
Yeah, he's not crutchy yet. He's touchy.
So,
but I don't know if was this planned? That the body is tow lined to the back of the van when he peels out of there.
Yeah, he fucking ties it up real fast, I think. Maybe it was already...
I think it was already tied.
What? He was going to do...
Why? Doesn't make sense, I guess. And, this guy that doesn't want to leave...
No, it couldn't have been.
This guy doesn't want to leave a trail of blood is pretty much what we just confirmed, right? With all this talk about in and out and... cleaning. This guy does not want a trail of blood on his hands.
Well, he doesn't do much to avoid that when he speeds off.
Skidding her face off the ground for miles.
Maybe going for the longest blood trail record.
Yeah, exactly. Because he wants to be an icon. That's an iconic blood trail.
It is, or would have been, if he wasn't so damn lucky.
If it wasn't for divine intervention.
Yeah. Yeah, so the point of this whole incident...
What is it?
When it rains, it pours, and when it does, that great rain washes away the long track.
It's beautiful.
It's a blessing. It's a higher protector. Yeah. Yeah, Fame also as he blasted off.
Yeah, he loves that
fucking song. Poppy, uppy, David Bowie.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, and then back to the Bob Dylan peeling off papers. Just to cap it off there.
Yeah. And then, you get some more...
more
you
fake
get some
empathy just to
some more
huddle in with the crowd, pal.
I'm just the devil. I'm here to do the devil's work.
Yeah.
It's just something stupid like that.
Did you expect to see another smile again so soon?
Yeah, she no longer matches the description, so he's got that out of the way. Yeah, you learn a little bit more about this Jack.
Yeah,
Jack.
You get a little backstory going on.
He's so emotionless that he has to practice faces in the mirror.
Yeah.
And he's doing that surprised face.
Yeah.
He's almost doing
He's matching it up all right.
Yeah.
But then it brings it back to young Jack.
The tall grass.
Tall grass. Yeah, the reeds. Hide and seek. And it's weird, like the way they're breaking down how he was as a kid and the way that he played hide and seek. You know what I mean? Recognizing that,
Just kept running.
Mm-hmm. But because the reeds break when you go over them, like it's inevitable that they can easily follow you to wherever.
Yeah.
So, it's trying to speak to how, despite all this, his great lengths to hide, like he's leaving this trail that leads right to him.
Yeah. Which Verge actually compares to the blood trail. And he's like, what? Like, you weren't at all a little disappointed by the rain there?
Yeah.
Like, you want to get caught?
Mm-hmm. As allegedly some serial killers do, shout out to what we would find out in Mindhunter. Yeah, but basically he gets away with everything and never experiences punishment for it.
Yeah.
So, fucking just get to enjoy that meadow scything, that relaxing.
Have you ever seen a scythe actually used for what it's like? I found
intended purpose,
that was
especially in a
shot.
movie like this, that you would think the scythe would be used as like a slasher weapon.
Yeah, you'd see it towards the end,
right?
But in the synchronization of all the guys, and they exhale on the.
Mm-hmm.
It was like the meadow is breathing.
Yeah, it's the only thing that he's enjoyed so far in this movie. That really brings him back.
Yeah. This kid might be all right.
Yeah, except for when you give him a little bit of netting where he can go out and catch a couple of young ducklings. And this is like one of the first like really triggering thing.
Yeah.
Like whatever, a long strangulation in the movie theater is a captive audience. That's a bit like, it feels like you're holding your breath for 2 minutes in that scene.
Yeah.
It's like way longer than you've ever experienced and like more like intense, right? Like you feel the breath leaving her. It goes on too long.
Yeah.
I mean, it was super interesting, and as a piece of art, trying to take it as a movie, you know what I mean? Like you can see it pushing it.
Yeah. But seeing this duck and the duck takes it like a champ.
Yeah.
I guess it's probably hard to find a soundbite of a duck in pain.
They're always in pain, isn't that their go-to?
But that was, pretty graphic. You felt that one.
Which is interesting, because I know a few people have mentioned they tapped out here. Because, like, you...
Oh, really?
You don't... Well...
Couldn't get to Incident 3?
Well, that's where... yeah. But this was... although it's, like, super cruel and graphic to watch, this is what earned it praise from PETA for use of CGI.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And not just... yeah, okay. I get it. I guess.
Yeah. No cruelty to animals in this thing. Yeah. It earned a gold star in that regard.
Nice.
100 people left the Cannes screening.
Yeah.
A few people left the screening I was in, but it wasn't too drastic. Yeah, so he snips it off and lets it swim in a circle like the most cruel thing he
Alec
can
Baldwin better hope they don't bring that up in court.
do. Just emotionless.
Yeah. Can't remember the narration that brought it to this. But is this a Lady of the Night?
So yeah, this is a weird scene that happens right here. So he's like, has a little kiss, you see him have a little snog there, and then all of a sudden a strangle, a speed choke out of nowhere.
Speed choke, yeah.
Is that what you got down? In a fucking motel somewhere, and
but he's got choking down Pat now.
Yeah.
Doesn't even tickle or nothing.
No. But then, like, it's pretty anticlimactic, takes care of her super fast, and, like, it yada-yadas through it. But he's, like, checking out his negatives now.
It cools down, for sure.
And no good.
No good.
Negatives are like shit.
Yeah.
So he's got to go and take new ones, which is no easy feat, because he's already brought her home, begun the flash freeze in his pizza fridge.
Yeah.
And, so he's got to go take these new ones. And, like, he's just going ham at this point, eh?
She's in familiar positioning as Frozen.
Before but then he's heading back. And
to the scene of the crime.
Yeah, but then he notices a little hitchhiker on the side of the road.
Fuck! Can't pass that up. That's bucket list shit. That's bucket list.
Yeah, so he's like, oh my god. And he just mows them down.
Yeah. Now what are you going to do? You got a hemorrhaging body and another one frozen in a bizarre...
Yeah, very funny way.
Yeah.
Funny position.
Yeah. In a very bizarre position.
Yeah. And then...
in the...
Lamb and Tiger.
Very comedic running up
the
motel.
Yeah, they use like speed. Very interesting. Super slow-mo sometimes. And this definitely an editorial liberty to like speed it up to 10 times faster, perhaps more, just to fucking get him through that scene, but it'll still allow him to go through it. Which is like a wide exterior shot, and you see him, going up the fire escape kind of to the second level of a motel, and he's got to go kind of up too. It's almost like a level of Donkey Kong.
Yeah, exactly. Original Donkey Kong.
If he was jumping barrels.
Yeah. So he brings them both into the house, or the apartment.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see that...
speed back, fast forward.
He kind of is getting better. His OCD is getting better because he's not worried about cleaning.
You're anticipating him just getting more like, now I gotta bring ammonia by the end of it. But he's pushing it down. He's like, I'm gonna get over this stupid OCD.
Yeah. And you see all the positions he puts the two in for pictures.
Yeah.
Like sometimes they're upside down, all laying on top of each other.
He's absolutely chuffed.
Yeah, and he's like, the Frozen girl brings a level of humor to this. And I was really pleased with the outcome of these pictures.
Yeah.
Signed,
Mr.
Sophistication.
What do you think about that
Who
name?
said that? I think it plays well to his eager narcissism.
That's true, and you can't really argue
hit the
that.
Nail on the head there.
Yeah, he's thinking about the negative and the dark light.
That's cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool, and that's when it goes into that street light thing.
I thought that was brilliant.
It's so, like, say what you want about this movie, whatever artistic, like, this is one of the liberties it takes. Goes into like a full-blown... It's like an animation, sort of painted, but very demonstrative and so articulate on how he describes his compulsion to murder.
Really getting you into the mind of Jack. And like
explained with the light density of his shadow.
Yeah. It's tiniest and tiniest but densest when you're directly under the light, and the difference between pleasure and pain.
That midpoint pain gets so bad, but then it gets so much worse as he's going, and that dark passenger is behind him.
Yeah, so like, the brilliant conclusion of, it's the pain that makes him do it, not the pleasure.
Yeah.
It's that at the end, the guilt is so overwhelming that it drives him to go do it again just to find that pleasure.
Yeah, and this is all told between two street lights.
Yeah.
And
little scrappy drawings, too.
Yeah. It's fucking...
Yeah.
Like I'm sure that, comes from some... Like, I know whatever Lars said, that this was, like, the movie he related to the most, which is probably another thing that was a little bit of a turn-off to people. But you know what he means, right? Like, if you're stuck in traffic, maybe, or, these are, like, the darkest sort of, like, fuck you, revenge-y kind of...
Yeah.
This is the kind of person that annoys the shit out of me so bad.
Yeah.
But... this kind of stuff is, I don't know what it's drawn from, but I've never heard it described in quite that way.
Yeah, and all the lessons that you get throughout this, like, all grapes aside, I'm not trying to whine here, but this is the one that stuck with me the most, for sure.
Family.
No
room for family.
Yeah. Decay, the beauty in decay.
A little human.
So much. So many gems.
But, we heads right into the third incident, doesn't it? All this family talk, and you must have some other stuff here.
Yeah, this is... Okay, let's see. This is where... what did he go? Rentafamily.com? Where did this come from?
He's just...
Is this all in his head now? There's lots to wonder here.
Yeah, he kind of just found a family. Yeah.
But because Verge is... So this is the thing of you don't know if...
You hope that this is an unreliable...
Verge and him are talking, and then the incident happens. So it's almost like Verge's conversation with him is egging him on to do this.
Yeah,
but later on, you find out that it's actually just his... Verge says something, and this is his example of kind of proving Verge wrong.
And he also says they're random stories, but Verge is wise to the fact that nothing is random with him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's all driven by ego and whatever. So he's hearing these stories specifically, actually, if you think about it, I would reckon.
So where'd these kids come from?
This is the hardest one.
Are they Jack's seed? Is this his crop?
This is not. Certainly not. This appears to be another man's crop.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's going to scythe through this crop.
But all the matching hats.
Mm-hmm. He's going to cull this field.
Yeah. It's really funny how he interacts with the kids starting off. He's like, this is... Yeah, because... he's... because this is where he's, condemning hunting.
Mm-hmm.
When he's, taking these people
He's a barbaric sort of thing.
And they're talking about shooting all those crows in the tree, and Georgie...
They're a threat.
Yeah.
The crows are a threat.
Yeah, Georgie's like, oh, I'd love to do that. And he's like, yeah, that's where me and you differ, Georgie. He starts giving him some guff.
Yeah. Gonna look up in that tower?
Unfatherly guff.
Mm-hmm.
Lets him take a shot.
Yeah. Schweiss.
And then this was pretty impressive. Showing that back in the black and white days, I'm pretty sure it was Germany, that they used to go and clear out the forest. And they'd show all the military coming back with hundreds and hundreds of pheasants, hundreds of squirrels, rabbits, deer. It was a scene, man.
Very uprooting.
Yeah. And that's something that I've never heard about before. and it was quite, shocking to actually see the. I don't know if this is actual stock footage or it was recreated, but it was pretty dope.
Yeah. Yeah, you're learning about how bloodhounds work.
Because this was his inspiration to his next piece of art.
Is that meant to be a spoiler?
No, not yet. Not yet. It's not.
Through all of this, we're learning about blood dogs, or was that the hunter thing?
Yeah.
That you were referring to?
Yeah.
How they would follow the dog. You
follow the trail.
Follow the trail, but it was the dogs that picked up the scent or whatever and would follow it. That's when they realized basically like bloodhounds existed.
Yeah.
So he's reciting some of that history.
And then they start going into how to shoot a group of deer.
Yeah.
A herd is that you don't shoot the small one. And
this is also
shoot the mother.
Yeah, so actually this is context. Yeah, because what you're getting into, because if you shoot the hindquarters, they're gonna leave that blood trail that he goes on about.
Yeah.
So it is before that he mentions that, and
you can't shoot the mother because the younger ones won't be able to survive without the mother.
Yeah.
So you got to go for the middle one.
Mm-hmm.
And then it cuts back to the family while he's up on the hunting post.
Yeah, yeah. All of a sudden,
he's going for Georgie.
Yeah, he goes from teacher to being in the tower, shooting at the.
What's the best way to learn?
Just in a snap cut from one cut to the other. He's like,
and it's funny because it does seem like a lesson.
Yeah.
When you're getting all this information about the deer.
Yeah, and
you know what's coming.
Yeah, and this was another scene that was brutal.
It's pretty brutal.
But you don't really get to see it? And did you see it what happened in the version you saw? So they're all huddled behind some sort of thing, and then
is Georgie the older one or the younger one?
Not really.
The young guy goes running.
Yeah.
And then gets kneecapped.
Yeah.
But
what happened?
It was very well done.
What happened? What did you see in this moment? Because this is a very important moment. Because this is the moment. If you got past the damn bird leg being snipped, and if there was a couple other minor things, but this is the thing that really turns people off.
Yeah.
And in the uncensored
version, so you got to
version,
see the. So he's going after the bigger fawn first. So that's who it is. It's Georgie goes.
But in that moment
you see him, he shoots the leg out.
Yeah.
From the kid.
But what do you
And he goes right floppy. Like you can see the cut or however they did it. But you see like the floppiness of the kid as he goes into the air. And then he shoots him again.
Okay, so in the uncensored version, his leg blows off. Like you see it, like boom, like actually, it's like disgusting.
But it's still attached later on in the freezer.
But like the way that it happens, like you see it like.
Oh, it's hanging on by a string.
Yeah, like you see it like blow apart.
Yeah, you see it in this one.
You do?
Yeah.
Like you see the actual shot of it happening?
Yeah.
Oh.
And it's very impressive.
It's very...
Like you can see that it's a doll or something like that, just how the leg curves.
Yeah.
But, the first time you see it, it is very
like you
impressive.
See the actual shot?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so maybe that is the uncensored one. Did you feel like that other one went on for a really long time? That first choke?
Yeah.
You said, because I think the way you described how he rolled around and stuff.
He's front choking.
Yeah, like
upside down choking.
So you did see. Oh, that is the most intense version.
2:30. It was like 2:30.
Yeah. Well, they're basically this. Well, I guess maybe that you get an extra minute or something out of the choke. But I mean, like this thing, like it's so fast. Like basically in the...
No, you see it, and then he gives a double shot.
Yeah, like you do see the kid on the ground, and he's in like real bad shape and stuff there.
Yeah.
But like in the version I just watched again, you don't see that shot that you see in the theater, and you're like, everyone's gonna leave now. Fuck
But what
me.
do you see? What do you see?
It just cuts like from there, and it's like it's almost awkward. Like it feels like it's a shortcut.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can't actually see his leg get blown off.
Oh, you definitely see it.
Yeah.
From a wide perspective.
Yeah,
It's not like a close up of...
No, it is wide,
Yeah.
but it didn't actually show the leg get shot.
Yeah, so I watched the Goodby.
You probably didn't see this version before then, because when we watched it, it was the same one that I have now.
Yeah, it was so long ago.
Yeah, it wasn't in that one.
This was present day.
Because I wanted you to see all that stuff, and I was like, well, it's not quite, but you get a drift of it. But those actual like real warranted extreme moments were not in it per se.
Yeah, he's racking up the points, gets a headshot on the youngest.
Yeah.
And then it's a lovely day for a picnic.
So
I bet this, the shot is one thing, but this is what would have drove people out of the seats.
Like
the feeding of the pie.
The most sickening thing that you could think of to make a woman do to her children after they've been murdered in front of them is make their corpses eat apple pie.
Yeah.
It is disgusting.
Yeah.
But if you get through the lag shot, then like nothing's gonna surprise you. But it is another real gut punch.
And it's crazy. Just she has to get an applaud for her.
Just the most sullen.
The delivery of this is she's just gone. She is absolutely gone. And then he is. Just so brutal, asking her favorite number.
Yeah, 12, by the way.
Yeah.
Which is just, as you'd expect, the amount of, like, seconds or count that she has to get away while he...
She didn't say one. That would have changed this scene completely. But then she's just kind of, like, laying in a ditch.
Well, she gets wounded in that way that leaves the blood trail, kind of. So, he as he explained earlier.
Oh, he does get a shot on her?
Yeah.
Yeah, through the
it almost seems like it takes her down right away.
Hits her through the target. Yeah, and because he finds the bloody grass.
Yeah, so he's, it's like the cruel way you can kill something.
Yeah.
And especially now that he's got nothing else to play with, he's just taking her out at his leisure.
What's he doing, whistling?
Yeah, it's fucking annoying, actually.
But he's doing something that alerts her.
He spots her red hat.
When he's like right behind her, though, he whistles and you see her shaking because she knows what's gonna happen.
Yeah, well, you can see that red hat, which he made sure to tell them never to remove.
Yeah,
which is his fail-safe.
Yeah. Maybe she should have removed the hat.
Maybe.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think brunette hair would have helped her in this situation?
Yeah, maybe. More terra firma. Yeah. But that shot has impact. Yeah. He doesn't really wait a while to put her out of her misery.
No.
But fucking... The way that she choreographed... that... Like, the way that it happens, the unison and the body changing of position is well timed and is used to maximum effect for such a,
And then you get to see...
Shots are in a movie or a dime a dozen.
Yeah.
But
what a piece of art this is. I don't know how he got the aerial shot.
But it's just mean.
He's got a... I tried to count how many crows. That's a lot of crows.
Yeah, it was like... What do you think? Probably like 24 crows at least. Maybe 30, I think it was like, 40
like 30,
crows.
32, I think was what it was.
32. Anyway, he does it in this very nice frame.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's referring to all this. This is when you see like this. You can see that he's really masterful about making these pieces of art. I think this is where he starts talking about death as art and maybe the art of decay. Because he starts saying...
not quite yet.
Yeah.
Not
I know
quite
it's not
yet.
the art of decay.
Yeah.
But he's like, I don't focus on these. It's not about the acts. It's about the works. Yeah, you don't focus on the act of what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Focus on the work of it.
Yeah,
I'm an art.
The result, yeah.
I'm an artist.
Smoking for human emotion.
And then he
Why
starts...
did I put smoking for human emotion? I got it right after the crows in the frame thing.
I have it that it cuts back to him. He's taking another shot at the house.
Yeah,
we got a house.
He's
to
as
build.
perplexed as I am.
We got a house to build.
About this as he is about his new house
scratch.
design. Yeah, we also get to see a quick shot of Iceman.
Iceman.
Yeah, Richard Kuklinski, the Iceman.
Oh yeah. Oh, he's inhaled their last breath.
Yeah. Cuffed. And then it's a black screen for a while.
Starts talking about how he's getting a little creative with Little Grumpy.
Yeah, that's after the black screen. That's when you're hearing about the acid in the stomach and whatever you taste you got to get used to.
Yeah.
But yeah, Grumpy. Grumpy is next up with that... now that we've waited long enough for the rigor mortis to disappear.
Yeah.
It's a lot of little things. Sorry, you got a plan there?
Huh? Yeah, I got other plans. Let's hurry up.
No, you know what that means?
Let's get to
Taxidermy.
incident 4. Yeah, and it's like so much more sinister that he's leaving these pictures out, but he's still keeping the bodies.
Yeah.
So, like, you show up to someone's house, and it's just this picture left. Nothing but a picture.
Nothing but...
No trail but a picture signed by Mr. Sophistication.
Oh, that's a very sophisticated way of handling this sort of disarray.
Yeah. But yeah, what a...
Now we get to delve into taxidermy. The expression, the position,
prying the eyes open.
Oh my god!
He's got a little mechanism to create a smile.
Oh yes. The toothpicks.
Yeah.
Or some. That's what it was, right? Something like toothpicks.
And he's got him waving, and he's in the back of shots the whole rest of the movie.
Yeah.
And you can't help but look at him.
No.
And it doesn't even look. When he's doing it, you think it might look a little better than it does.
Yeah.
It's grosser than you could even imagine.
I know, right?
The eyes?
Yeah, I know.
You expect the eyes to just be looking at you, but the eyes are all fucked up.
Oh, yeah. Total wrong direction shit.
Yeah.
And, like, it's a whole thing. Like, his process there for doing it. It's a combination of, like, the rigor mortis and freezing things to a certain point.
Yeah.
And so, that's where you end up with this, like, horrific frozen kid.
He had to get right to it.
Yeah.
What he was saying.
But, it basically ends on, it almost feels like a ventriloquist.
Oh, yeah.
Dummy.
100%.
Don't want to call Grumpy a dummy, but,
No,
it's got that vibe a little bit. Just a horrific version of it. Yeah. Incident 4. Incident 4. Let me tell you all about a romance I once had.
Stuff gets pretty lovey-dovey.
Oh, yeah. Start out, he just pulls up in that same van you've been seeing, but somehow now it's given that, like, extreme cheapskate energy.
Yeah. Using a crutch.
Yeah, reminiscent of old Bundy.
Yeah. He's pure swindle now.
Yeah. So he's talking about it in his narration or whatever to Virgil about how these are like strong feelings that he's had, stronger than a psychopath should have. And you're like, oh, maybe softening a little bit here. But, yeah, so he gets up to this apartment in this complex and encounters this woman who's like totally sketched out. Tons of locks and weird stuff on the door.
Bit of a babe.
Yeah. But, she hates the way he looks at her. So don't objectify her too much.
Yeah. But they got that whole, I'm going to go in the other room and talk to you on the phone. This kind of thing. Somehow he can keep calling.
Yeah, so it's like almost like the rope and cup phone call.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's very interesting. Like, yeah, it gives her this little red phone. And then, like, speaking to these camera shots and stuff, like where it follows that red wire all the way through. And, like, it's very, like, kinetic in this moment where it's like, panning back and forth between them as they have this conversation.
Yeah, you get a lot of that in this.
Some more great lands.
Yeah.
Like, the compositions are really nice, actually.
He starts calling her simple.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely calling her simple. But, she's not dumb. Because right away he's asking, like, oh, do you know the difference between lions and tigers? And she's got it figured out.
Yeah.
Like
Jacqueline. Yeah. My name is Jacqueline.
Some live in Africa. Some have stripes. Yeah. But then he starts quizzing her on the difference between an architect and an engineer.
Tigers are usually from Asia.
Yeah.
Lions are in Africa.
Was she wrong?
She didn't. She could have took the time to confirm.
I guess.
Yeah,
I
could have really sold her intelligence with stating the difference.
Yeah, she didn't fare as well with the architect and engineer thing.
No, not at all. She was so close, though.
Yeah, but she's not completely
architects
stupid.
Draw the house, and engineers draw the house. You call that a difference?
Yeah, he's so fucking mean when she says, like,
dick.
I'm not completely stupid. Well, that depends on your definition of completely.
Yeah, exactly. I have that definition of completely.
And, like, the way that he's like, these are in terms that a simpleton can understand. Simple. Yeah. Like, he fits simple into the sentence so many times. And then he just, like, straight goes into, well, what I do, or she asks or something. He gives her a bit of guff, like, oh, don't ask me about, all right, fine. I kill people.
Get out of here.
And he's getting it off his chest here.
Yeah. 60 people I've killed.
Yeah.
61.
I'm a serial killer, simple.
Depends on what you ask me in a couple minutes.
Yeah, and she's like, you weird.
Yeah.
61. And she's picking up on this.
Yeah, I can do math.
Yeah. You said 60 a second ago.
Those are two
That's
different
hyperbole.
Numbers.
Updated. You never heard of updated?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly. It's a new, fresh word all the kids are using.
Yeah. And this is maybe the biggest leap.
You are dumb as fuck. There's a way that... I can't even say it. The way that he says
His inflection.
Yeah. He makes fuck a noun in this. Yeah. You're dumb as a fuck. Maybe he says that as a fuck. Yeah. You're as dumb as a fuck.
Yeah. And, like, telling her, she looks good.
Yeah.
Get a magic marker, would you, please? Simple. Red or black, whichever.
Yeah. Playing a little nip-tuck.
Yes.
This guy really is a jack of all trades.
Yeah. And, like, there's, like, 10 things in this apartment. Like, how do you even have markers on hand? So, yeah, touching...
It's all a big plan, isn't it?
Yeah. And this...
Nothing is by accident with this guy.
I guess not. Maybe he did plant those markers earlier. Gave it to her for some simple
He knew she'd
drawing.
only find red. He wanted her to feel like she has an option.
Yeah, that's true. That's a great point.
Yeah.
But now he's touching them bubs.
Them A-cups.
Yeah. Doing a little drawing around them.
Not much room for reduction.
Yeah, and this is like A24 drawn out. This is slow burning. Through.
A24 is her size, I bet.
But the whole thing just weirds her out enough where she's got to head out and get some pills right quick.
Yeah.
Or no, she's not after those yet, but she goes out and luckily...
Cops are right there.
Yeah, and it doesn't go the same way it does with
so
Bo.
Close in Incident 4.
So she gives the cop the update.
Yeah. My friend?
He's about to have killed 61 people here.
My friend
Yeah.
has killed 60 people. He says he's going to make it 61.
Yeah.
He says he's updating soon. He's just waiting on an update.
Oh my god, and the way fucking Jack comes into this scene.
Yeah. I know, it's so romantic.
Yeah.
I did kill 60 people.
Everything she said is true.
Yeah. And nothing I've done is worse than what I've done to this beautiful girl's heart.
Yeah. Yeah, so the cops will, and they'll just look the other way here. You know, chalk it up to a little bit of drinking.
When did John Cusack show up?
Yeah. And she forgives him, of course.
Oh, yeah, picks him up off the ground and drags him in.
Yeah, lets him sleep it off a little bit.
Yeah.
But now she's got to go get them sweet pills.
Does she wrap his arm around her and helps him walk in? The gimp that he is.
Yeah, he's in real physical trouble.
Yeah, so she toe lines him back in.
Yeah. And then she's trying to make a call to Donnie Pills there.
Yeah. He's sleeping?
Yeah, well, is he?
But, okay, so this is where this long shot that you're just stuck in this experience with them of the whipping back and forth. She's looking at him, he's sleeping back, down to the...
She's trying her landline telephone?
Yeah, no can do.
No.
No can do.
She spends a bit of time simpletonly...
Yeah.
Button not working?
Yeah.
Then she follows that line.
Duh. Maybe if I hang up and try again. Nope.
Yeah, no, that phone line is cut as fuck.
Yeah. She should have been like, hello?
Yeah.
Like, is someone on the phone?
Yeah. So she's trying to sidle off.
And the camera still one shot, following her over to the door.
And this fucking phantom emerges.
Yeah. But something happened. Something went wrong. Matt must have had something on his face. Because in that quick pan, back to him, they do, unfortunately, have a cut.
Do they?
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. I didn't really tell.
The fucking boom must have been in the shot.
Damn it. You can't win them all, can you?
They caught it. They caught it.
That's great.
But yeah, there is a cut
Nah.
within that pan. But still, he's there. He's awake.
And it's okay. I'm just trying to get some pills.
I don't need any fucking random pills, okay?
Which is probably
Okay.
good information for anyone who's going out to get random pills to have. You probably, I'm not going to take some random pills.
Yeah. You're walking without your crutch.
Yeah.
You were outside, too. Well, if you fucking noticed that, maybe you should have left him.
Yeah, she pieced it together.
A little too late.
Yeah. You're Mr. Sophistication.
Yeah.
And,
now's the time to scream, sister.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want to.
Yeah. Joins her in the screaming.
Oh my god. And this is the benefit of knowing what's coming.
Yeah.
Get to turn that down a little bit.
yeah, exactly. I had to do it.
Yeah, because she she gets to screaming, and he's chiming in and howling along with her.
Oh, she nailed the audition.
Serenity now.
Yeah.
He's
And
letting her scream out the window.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my god. No lights come on.
You know what's wrong with he gives her that
this fucking
classic. You know what's
shit
wrong with
world.
this city? This country? This continent? This whole world? No one wants to help.
Yeah, it's a real falling down moment.
Yeah.
No good Samaritans.
And this comes up later on.
But
is there not... I don't know if my notes are out of order, but I'm pretty sure you see a picture around this point, and I noticed that Verge was in the background.
You did notice.
Yeah.
Because it does painstakingly show some things later on. But I didn't really notice during the actual...
Sometimes your note gets fucking tossed up somehow.
Yeah.
But I do have that down in a note, so I would like to go back to that scene and see if there is... Like, because she's like, you're Mr. Sophistication.
Yeah.
So maybe they show a shot.
Maybe.
And I saw him in the background.
Oh, that's
I really would
there
like
probably
to say
is a
that
few
I did.
good spots. If I would have remembered the ending, then I probably would have used a keener eye to look for that stuff for sure. Yeah. But
letting her choose the knife.
Yeah, but before that, when the nobody wants to help you scene, like you can't just graze by that without explaining that scene, the way it like zooms out to reveal like the whole building.
Oh yeah, no,
like just as it happens, it's just such a great energy.
Yeah,
and just the show that expanse is so effective.
Yeah,
and just isolating them.
It was like a Bill Nye delivery.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
It's hard to understate it.
There was some humor in it. Mm-hmm. Like it was over the top.
Yeah. But yeah, you're right.
Because that whole scene, you're so, you're stuck in this environment with her. She's trying to get out. There's all the cat and mouse. But then it just, gets so expansive just right there.
Yeah. And then right back into the tightness with this choose a knife thing.
Oh, man.
What a sucky decision to have to make. Just a bad scenario all around there.
Again, making her feel like she has a little option.
Mm-hmm. And this is another scene that gets cut short.
No, you see it.
In this one. After taking her shirt back down.
You see it.
Yeah, so he's prattling on, guilty this, and justice of victims that...
Born a man, victim.
Yeah, always the criminal, the man.
Yeah. Women are always the victim.
But yeah, the version I first saw...
born male, born guilty.
Yeah. And, but this one just has that traditional screaming cutaway.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I guess it's not going to show it. Yeah. But then I got worried he's going to show it after in one of those, like, recap things. Yeah.
I thought that after that narration about the woman always the victim, I think this could use a sequel.
Oh.
The house that Jill cleaned. What do you think? Come on, make the men.
Make the men.
Make the men the victims.
Yeah, do it.
Haven't seen that since Monster.
Oh.
I haven't seen that, I never seen American Psycho 2, but I'm sure it's just like that.
Just like that. Mila Kunis.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah. That bad mama.
Yeah. And, so I guess you're probably at the point there where he heads back outside and it does that like cool tracking.
What about the cut?
Oh,
did you see the slice?
No, that's the traditional screaming. That's it. It cuts out of it.
But you saw it the original time.
Yeah, it was another one of those moments you're like, well,
yowzers in my trousers. That must have fucking hurt.
Right? It's too graphic in a way. Like
the pull apart. It's not a slice. It's a slice and pull.
Oh, that's right.
It's a slice and tear.
Yeah. Oh my god!
And then just fucking slaps it right on the police car.
Yeah, that's what it does. Is that like kind of like a cool tracking shot too, but yeah, I wasn't 100% sure in the recap, but this is some of the real coyote piss of this thing, where like. He's got to lift up the windshield wiper to drop it in. You know what I mean? It just slaps back down.
It was actually so dark.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't have trouble seeing any of the film except for this one scene.
No.
Just couldn't really see what it was that he slaps down on the boob.
Yeah, it was a little bit of zhoosh.
Yeah.
As they would say. It's a little bit of that coyote piss.
Yeah. And this is where you get the stupid women.
Yeah,
right?
why so dumb?
Think all women
why
are simple.
So stupid? And that is, it's his narration, it's his interpretation of it. Yeah. And he's like, I've killed men.
Yeah, and that's another reason why I was thinking, is this conversation in between these incidences? Mm-hmm. Because it goes from, I've killed men, to this story. So you don't know if this is an example or, again, this is Verge saying you didn't do something, so now he's going out to do it.
Yeah, and it's still reusing moments here, which is, of course, common in this, more Tiger. But then they have that, like, crazy spinning shot around the fridge.
The dizzy scene.
Yeah, it's pretty weird, that one.
I forget what it was. He's like, Jimmy believes in this theory.
Yeah. And it has that whole, like...
Starts talking in third person.
Yeah.
Like Mr. Sophistication is completely detached from Jack now.
It's got this whole stock footage thing going on that kind of reminded me of the Heinrich thing I made, where he like jumps into that turtle scene.
Yeah, exactly.
More explaining the Virgil about all this stuff.
Verge is a bitter old
noble dessert wine
bastard. Yeah, how much he knows about dessert wines.
Yeah, the fucking dessert wine segment. Now everybody knows tons about it. Frost, dehydration, the noble rot.
3 stages.
Yeah, ice wine. Do you have ice wine?
Never.
Sounds pretty sweet.
It does. Sounds like heartburn.
Yeah, but it is cool how they explain that you can leave the grapes on the vine to wait for the first frost, but it's very risky. And how they tie that into the sweetness immediately after death.
Yeah.
And he's really, tearing down the house now.
Yeah. Because this is where it starts getting into the beauty and decay.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's got all his little houses. He's playing with those
Bob
in between.
Or Bob Dylan shots. But yeah, okay. The Bob Dylan shots. But the houses are just piling up, The little miniatures.
Yeah. And it's super cool how he's talking about in Germany, how they built the places with weak and strong materials.
Yeah, because they knew it looked like ruins after.
Yeah, like to make cool ruins. Like, what the fuck? It actually made me want to go to Germany when he said that. I was like, are these things ruins yet? I want to go look.
But it makes Verge... You don't know what side Verge is on. Because he talks about how they got torn down.
Yeah.
Very soon after.
Yeah. But
is this the tree? No.
No. He gets into the plane for a second.
Oh, yeah.
The fucking Stuka.
The sirens.
Yeah.
Within the plane. Psychological tactic.
Yeah, his favorite plane. The screeching one.
Yeah. I know, I don't know.
People blacking out.
Why
when
I
it
never
descends.
really questioned. Because those planes are always used.
Yeah.
Like you see them in lots.
Yeah.
I never really questioned how loud they are.
Yeah.
And that they actually have sirens built into them.
Yeah.
Pretty fucking genius.
It's pretty wild stuff, yeah.
Those Germans, like...
The efficiency.
Those Germans. I don't know if you're allowed to say that now. But the things that they were coming out with at that time...
Ahead of the curve.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah. And the beauty of decay and how all of these icons become art that he admires.
Yeah, the oak tree.
Yeah, these awful people.
The oak tree was in the back of of a certain picture of someone who is like a huge early advocate for, equality and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then the same tree was actually on the property of one of the most, malicious concentration camps there's ever been.
Yeah. And was that Willem Dafoe there? For a split second?
Is this also when they start showing all these different clips of movies?
Well, was that Platoon? Or was that just a newer clip of Dafoe? Like, it was a... You know what I'm talking about? Because it does...
Yeah, where he's laying on the ground.
Yeah.
I thought that it was Platoon at first. He's got a bear trap on his leg.
Oh, is that what's going on in that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was Platoon, like, right after he got shot or something. But it's actually... I don't know what it was. I can almost guarantee you that these are just a bunch of fucking Lars's favorite clips of all his movies.
Well, the amount of little things.
Why are you going to put other people's films in your film?
Yeah, true enough. Just do a little rendition.
If you got enough.
Yeah. But he's paying homage to the greats. And in this case, you see that little purse that he's walking around with? His European change purse.
Think she was European? That's Southern Belle.
Yeah, true enough. But that's just one of those little things like Ed Gein.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's funny that you see the nipple is off to the side. Like, I think I saw a nipple. But it'd be funny if the nipple... He should have reinforced the nipple from the inside and made that the snap.
Well, yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't get into redesigning these things.
Don't become a cobbler.
But he goes and gets some full metal jackets.
A dude at gunpoint forces him into the van.
Yeah.
Cuff. Uncut. I don't know if there's anything extra there.
Got some dog chains on him.
Yeah. So brings him to the fridge.
I was wondering if this had anything to do with... Because they're saying how he kills women. And then he's like, no, I killed men. But he's like going after minorities now.
Oh, yeah. So he's got... like half a dozen people crisscrossed in his freezer.
It's a Neapolitan.
Over some kind of freaking sawhorse, basically, where their heads just overlap.
It took me a while, because I had to see that one shot through the scope.
Right.
Because it didn't add up to me at the start. Like, the way that they were positioned, it seemed like it was just going to take a bunch of noses off. Like, one person, or like...
What a spiteful thing to do.
His angle looked off. That, the last person wouldn't even get shot.
Yeah.
But then he had to readjust anyways. But yeah, of course. These aren't Full Metal Jackets.
Yeah. So he's going to shoot...
Thank God there was a military man.
Yeah.
On the outside.
I like that guy. This is a misunderstanding. I hear that a lot. Yeah, that ain't FMJ, bro.
Yeah. You'd think that...
And he's like, damn, he's right.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Not to plan. I'll be back.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta get it right, man.
Where's my tit purse?
Yeah. So now we can get a little bit more information.
Yeah, go see Al.
About the Germans and how they were running out of ammo. So they had to start getting creative.
Yes.
And you get to...
Al at the gun store.
Yeah.
Who, Al doesn't even act like he's bought any shit from him before.
No, yeah.
He's like...
ID?
He's shaking at his boots.
You got a receipt?
Yeah, crying, asking him for ID. The bravery.
All right, I said I'm sorry. No need to embarrass me.
Give me one Full Metal jacket.
Yeah. Go make a fucking sandwich, would you?
Things are just feeling so hurried there. He's like,
It is weird because he's like, I come here all the time, and Buddy's acting like he's never seen him before.
Yeah. But, yeah.
Like they're on a first-name basis.
But when he's, like, asking, he's like, what are you going to do with the one bullet?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And, like, he's off like a shot. You know what I mean? He fucking takes off. And then he goes and visits some dude in a red cape.
What about the, yeah, like all movies. But he has the warm blankets for them. He's like snuggling the guys in.
Oh, yeah, he's got to keep them alive.
Yeah, don't die on me.
Yeah.
Words of encouragement.
There's like discarded pizzas too. Like he must be feeding them these like permanently frosted pizzas. Yeah. Oh god, just horrendous.
Puts his van in the ditch.
Oh, my bad.
Make it worse. Really put sardines in his shit sandwich.
He's going too hurriedly. Yeah. He does
hastily.
Hark. The angels.
Yeah. And then we get to see SP.
Yeah, SP, great name.
Yeah.
But he's accusing him of robberies.
Yeah.
Which, he's not the first time. There's been a robbery afoot where he's been near.
It's not my bag.
It's not.
Not my bag, guy. I'm rich.
Yeah.
I'm fucking rich. See that house I built? I knocked it down.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like, I'm still gonna call the cops.
You're the one that lives in a fucking trailer, SP.
You're my best friend.
Yeah, exactly.
Really tugging at his heartstrings.
Oh, yeah. He's the master manipulator.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, like someone had to stop my kleptomania.
I like the... See, I'm fucking quick. Still got it.
Yeah. Yeah, but he's hurting his feelings with this gun.
Yeah. Which we know.
Yeah.
He's got none.
It gets to the point where he's kind of half ingratiated with him again. And they pour a little shot.
Yeah.
And then...
reminisce on the old times. It's almost like a farewell, it seems. Your farewell.
Cilantro.
Oh, yeah. Helps with that itch.
Oh, maybe there might have been something more to this in the uncensored version, too. Does he, like, open his mouth or something and see the... Like, you don't see any of that. You just see the one stab, I think.
Puts the knife in the old undercarriage.
Yeah, but then...
And then we get that Itchy the Killer shot.
Right. I didn't get to see that again, unfortunately.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But that one's kind of easy to take. You don't feel as bad.
I love to see these moments and
SP.
be like, did these people watch Itchy the Killer? Did Ari Aster ever see Hobo with a Shotgun? It's like these far-fetched. It's probably less of a far-fetched to see that he saw Itchy the Killer.
Yeah. But he can finally go on a little search for his FMJ.
And he finds one, doesn't he?
It seems like he does, yeah. No problem.
Yeah.
All I had to do was kill SP.
Yeah.
And
a quick wardrobe change.
Mm-hmm. And there's this kind of cool, another dolly shot, but it like moves out from the house to the street and just hangs there for a second.
The cop car.
As the cops come and then kind of moves its way back, maybe.
Mm.
I don't know if it completes that move like that, but I don't know. There's something cool with that.
Yeah, I'm wondering if these situations the cops generally don't put the sirens on.
Yeah.
Especially when, like, coming up to the house.
Yeah, you want to be as discreet as possible sometimes.
But he leaves them on.
Yeah.
Comes in.
They might never get shut off again.
And he sees a red cloak.
Yeah. Oh, you got him. I'll take it from here, SP.
Yeah. Well, that's M question mark.
Yeah. A little bit Zodiac in that moment, actually, the more I think about the hood.
Okay.
But yeah, boom, boom, indeed. Like
little
things just like
Joker origin story, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, and the pace is just so fast in this thing. Like you're really starting to feel with this blaring police siren and lights that he's got on, that things are kind of hitting a weird point of no return with him, and where he just leaves it.
Well, you expect that
led right to his location.
He's running
just like the friggin' crushed reeds there. That's this obvious location where this come
and the
get
blood
me.
trail.
Yeah.
You think that he's gonna turn off the sirens as he goes running to the car, but he gets in and
so
keeps the
fixated.
sirens going, and goes back to town.
Yeah, in his new digs there, of course, still wearing the red cape. He's got his confirmation from the guy right away.
Yeah.
Is that Full Metal Jacket?
Yeah. Leader of the rifle club says that's it.
Yeah, and now
I would have lied.
No,
wrong again.
Yeah,
you're half expecting these guys to be gone.
You would hope they would have had the opportunity to escape this, because he is.
We can all do it together, men.
Yeah, he feels like he is finally set to simultaneously shoot everybody in the head. I don't know if he's going for some kind of record or what. But it's in one ear, out the other with this guy.
You can see why the You can see why the
Matilda era.
You can see why the military man didn't have any extra citations on his dog tags. He should have been able to get everyone out of there.
Yeah, that's true. But, maybe all the other people were of a useful ilk as well.
And to make this even harder, he just doesn't have the root. What?
This is kind of Coyote Pissy right here, where he's trying to focus.
Yeah.
And he's not far.
Need a wider lens.
Yeah, as somebody who's taking tons of close-up shots and stuff, that 1.5 to 2 feet or whatever that you have is a pain in the ass. I can't imagine trying to use a sniper scope in a fucking 10-foot room or 20-foot room.
7-man pilot.
Whatever. He's pretty close by with it, but it's so funny. And he can't get further back because of the stupid door that he can't get open.
But I forgot about the door.
Did you?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I guess it's kind of easy to. It's just a pesky old thing. That it's just set up, laid the foundation for it earlier.
Yeah.
But using a pipe...
Yeah.
He's able to successfully do it. Not that much fuss and muss compared to, it seems like he tried a whole bunch before.
Yeah. And the camera actually follows the pole rolling towards the lineup.
Yeah.
So you think, okay, maybe these guys have a chance.
Yeah. Weapon to fight back with.
Yeah.
Like a whole beat 'em up.
Yeah, I don't know how you cut tow line with pipe, but
you try and figure it out in the moment. You'd MacGyver some kind of solution. Exactly. You'd hope.
Now he's in the room.
Yeah. So now he can finally succeed at one of his biggest schemes here. Yeah. He's ready to
Yeah, this might even be deemed Incident 5 if all goes to plan.
I like the way he's inching his,
with the X's.
Got his level out.
Yeah. It's meticulous.
Yeah, due diligence for sure. But he's able to get that focus perfect now. Yeah. It's just far enough when Jack.
I remember this voice. So is this the first time he's ever heard this voice?
Is it? And then the everything else is retrospect. That really feels like it catches you up to present tense right in that moment. Yeah. And he managed to reach around there in the pitch black and find a nice little light. And this is a pretty barren room except for the one man.
Yeah, Bo's dad.
Bo's dad. And I think this might have been that dude's last movie too. Virgil's. It's kind of sad. I think he was one of those mainstays of some Lars movies.
Okay.
Even in Europa, he might be like, I could be wrong, but he might be like one of the main dudes in that. But yeah, we're meeting Virgil here.
Yeah. Putting a face.
Yeah, face to the name.
Yeah.
And it's like
you called me.
It's like he's always been there.
Yeah.
So what like, I got one question for you.
Yeah. Weren't you building a house?
Which is kind of weird because that it kind of leads into this scene here where he says he was trying or whatever, and like,
oh, you see this, you start seeing flashes of Verge in the pictures at this point too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There was one there that he built, and it showed it was like a 2-story kind of thing, a little bit open concept.
Yeah, with stairs.
Yeah. It was cool looking.
Just like a foundation and stairs. It looked like a giant hunting stand.
Yeah, I guess that's true, yeah. I didn't mind that one. I thought that was one of his better iterations.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the police are finally getting on the scene. They're also coming in, lights on, siren blaring, giving a little bit of a weird sense of urgency to this scene.
Yeah.
And you can kind of see where a lot of his plans lead in shortcomings, because despite all this, like, he's having a minute here where he can still talk with Verge and stuff.
Is he gonna get the shot off?
Yeah, he's asking about him, like, you got to use the materials that are around you,
which was talked about. I think even that soundbite was used right after the jack. Because he does mention materials when he's talking about the arches. Because I had that written down. I didn't mention it, but like the material used was the jack.
Right.
And now he's talking again about using the materials around you.
Oh, like deliberate verbiage.
Yeah.
Right.
And then that's quite the house he builds. in record timing.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, the cops still aren't even in yet.
Yeah, so
he's got that whole thing erected.
It's a nice little fort.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'd be
a house. A hobble.
Yeah.
It's a hobble.
The fort that Jack built.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a fine little house. I'm sorry. It's like Maud Lewis's.
Yeah, exactly.
And Virgil's the first one to crawl in.
Crawl in.
Yeah.
He does have to duck down. I don't know how tall Verge is.
But
says it's a fine old house.
Yeah. And are you coming, Jack?
And obviously his OCD is gone. This house is not tidy.
No.
And it's cold.
Yeah. And he does decide to go as he sees the police are coming through the door with a blowtorch.
Yeah.
And, despite all of his bars and everything, that fire is still burning through. I didn't have that in my notes, but it kind of feels apt. And they're like shooting indiscriminately into the room as well.
Yeah.
Just hitting like random fucking frozen people.
When you stick your hand in a glory hole, you don't know what the hell you're going to hit.
Yeah. And then you get the epilogue, which is rare in any movie. But this one's got it. The old Catabasis.
So did one of these bullets hit?
It hit someone. It didn't. Well, it's weird, right?
Is Jack done?
Like, what the hell is going on?
Does that house actually get built?
Yeah, because it's almost like a Sopranos thing. Like, did he get hit at some point and all of a sudden, he's traveling to hell? Because it seems like he just straight goes to hell. I mean, like, It's
Well,
I guess we should
takes a while.
we should explain this journey, but it's like he took the non-death way.
Yeah. Well, it goes the same way as Bo. It starts out Bo because it has a little narration in the water there.
Oh,
just
yeah,
the ripples,
and it
goes full of Barbie by the end of it.
Yeah, but it's like
So many different things you got to do just to get somewhere.
Yeah, it starts out with just like feet in water, and it looks like vaguely uncomfortable, but it's like spotlit by like a sewer hole.
Yeah.
So it's like, did he go down a sewer? You know what I mean? Like that's what I was thinking this time. I didn't consider that before, but
cuts to the screensaver of them floating or sinking in the water.
Yeah, you know what? Is that supposed to be them?
I would say so.
You got to see this because I actually took a photo of this.
Just because you see them going down ladders and you see them doing all this kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, but look, here's the shot you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Zoom in on that.
You can't get Matt Dillon to go down.
It's not even the right outfit. It's like the one looks like Virgil. They got Virgil right, but that is not Matt Dillon.
Red cloak?
Does that seem like Matt Dillon to you?
No.
It doesn't look like a red cloak either, does it?
Matt Dillon's
Like, this
scared of
is
the
like-
water. He can't swim. Yeah, I don't know.
But you can
it clearly
look
is
at
not
these details on the cloak. Like what
I don't know.
is?
Doctor Strange. What was that whistle?
I don't know.
Yeah, they got
if it came out of me, it was inadvertent.
the found footage of them like crawling through their tits up to water as they're like going through caves and stuff like that. And you can see that the person, like the cameraman's bobbing with them.
Yeah, this creepy cave. There's like a thing where they're in bubbles going down.
Yeah.
You don't know if this is the Twin
Ladders.
Peaks 8 moment of this movie. Yeah, that creepy cave, the buzzing sound.
Yeah, how they were talking about the drillers.
Yeah, I thought it was very interesting how they explained that people try and localize hell.
Yeah.
But it's like all these screams create this cacophonous fucking sound that ends up being like a buzzing that just gets more intense the closer you get to the epicenter or whatever.
Yeah, I love that. And this is where it comes back to got that taste in his mouth. Oh, that's the acid.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And
I knew hell had quite a few full circles, but Jack has found his.
Yeah. Fucking water wheels. One's got rigor mortis. The other one's frozen.
There's a window in hell. What's that about?
Oh, yeah. That's right after the ladders when they get down. The water wheel had a creak to it. But, yeah, the ladders, that's when you start. I don't know if it's right when you first start, but that like super slow motion.
Yeah, no, yeah, exactly. During the ladders.
Yeah.
Like a lot of them, you had to focus to see if it was not a picture.
Yeah, they're works of art, the way these things are composed. Like, justified left and right on the ladders. Verge is way ahead of them.
And they actually, at one point, are part of a painting.
Yeah. But
almost in the same vein as Lighthouse, how they did that.
Yeah, exactly. I actually thought for a minute that I might have gotten confused and that it was only in Lighthouse.
Yeah.
But they're going, Jack's starting to feel a little woozy. Yeah, and he doesn't feel good. You're right. He's got that sour taste back in his mouth. And oh yeah, then they get that other slow motion where there's like blood or something everywhere. It's like bleeding up the walls and like the long like as they travel through. But yeah, they get that sweet art. Like I was trying to dissect that a little bit too. Like There's a lot going on that boat that's being flipped.
That hunk just fucking hanging on for dear
life. Yeah, it's like everybody's kind of a different disposition. Like the girl in this just chilling. There's like another dude drowning another guy.
Yeah. And you think, like, how are these people hanging on for dear life? But, you know, obviously the water's moving a lot faster. Mm-hmm. And to slow it down, like, those, you know, that was probably only a couple seconds that Buddy had to hold on to the side of that boat.
Yeah. Now we get to that room you were referring to with the window, that one that's all orangey.
Yeah.
And has a little pillar.
Yeah.
And
he goes back to his fondest memory of his childhood.
Yeah, outside the window, you see...
Or someone else's childhood, whatever. Yeah.
First, one man is scything away, and then you're hearing that these are the Elysian fields, and then you're like, well, this isn't orange, this is golden.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's showing them out there, and it's just his favorite thing in the world. It's like his last meal.
Yeah,
this
exactly.
fucking thing.
No, that's what it is.
And he tears up. I mean, he's like, this is the one thing I fucking love. This is the one thing I wish I could go back to.
Yeah.
And I guess he kind of sees his incidents before his eyes.
Yeah.
We go back, we get a quick recap of some of the most recent episodes of Jack and why he might have to...
previously on.
Yeah. Go and visit the lava falls.
So this is actually the only thing I can remember of, like, Post House. Oh, Post! But I remember him going to hell with Verge.
Yeah.
But all I remember is this one location with the bridge in the wall, the Prince of Persia wall.
Yeah.
That you might be able to make it around.
Yeah, this is actually Hell's basement.
Yeah. This is the deepest Hell goes.
Yeah. And Hell is actually up a couple of floors. So he took him down there as a favor because he's given all those good stories. He wanted to give him the full tour.
Yeah. But there's a staircase across the broken bridge that takes you right back out of here.
Yeah, it's no problem. It's just up there, and then you're free. Out of hell. Yeah, it's interesting. It seems like a little bit of a test, right? Like to see if people think, like, I know he mentions, like, he doesn't recommend this, and a lot of people have done, but he's given them that choice. Like, is it just part of it, the choice?
Yeah.
To try and get out of there, see if you can escape.
It's just like with Simple. You gotta make them believe they have the option.
Snowball's chance in hell.
Yeah, exactly. He is a fucking snowball.
Should have called him the fucking Snowball the whole time.
Yeah.
Jack.
Yeah, the house that Snowball built. Jack Frost. Think that's been used?
Yeah, so he thinks it's possible to circumvent this thing, yeah?
Worth a shot.
Bye, Jack.
Yeah. See you later.
Bye, Verge.
That negative, though.
What?
That negative, though, of him falling into hell.
Oh, no, we're not there yet.
Yes, we are.
No.
You said bye, Jack.
This is just the beginning of his climb. You know, he's going full free solo here. Like Alex Honnold doesn't fall every time. I actually looked up to see if he did the climbing for it. The guy from Free Solo.
Oh, really?
Climbs without a net or a harness or whatever.
What a nutter.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the guy from Cliffhanger.
No. Simon? Our guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. But, you know, he does pretty good, right?
Valid attempt. Yeah, I'd say he got...
like halfway.
I wouldn't say...
Well, halfway. I guess
he only has to go a semi.
It's a little deceiving,
He only
right?
has to go a semi. So, yeah, he probably got a quarter.
Because the camera kind of changes where, like, he's almost, like, right in the middle of, like, a crescent in it. That kind of gives the impression that it's middle-y.
Yeah.
But there's just no footing at all. There's nothing he can really do.
Great upper body strength.
Yeah. So it goes pear-shaped, and he does start to slip a little bit. Right?
Oh, yeah.
And then...
Bye, Jack.
Whoops! Very unceremoniously.
Yeah, no.
Like, this guy can't...
Makes you feel...
So this guy either can't be
You almost
caught...
got robbed. This is the robbery. He's just, oh, see you later.
Like...
Matt Dillon.
You have to really, like, make up your mind, I guess, here.
Yeah.
Like, if he got shot earlier, or if he went to hell the natural way.
Yeah. Or is it just some voodoo shit?
Or died and didn't go to hell, or... Like, what's he do? Wind up back where he was if he jumps in that lava?
Maybe he just goes back to seeing Uma Thurman on the side of the road and just keeps going.
Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more. Such a peppy little song.
Sure is.
I mean, not like the greatest song that ever exists, but never heard it to greater effect than in this movie.
It said Jack.
Yeah, it said Jack. He's hitting the road. Where the rubber meets the road. But this is what you have to sit through. Like, all these really kind of half-grounded, like, life-taking incidences. And then, like, ending with this masterful, strange journey into hell the long way.
Oh, the long one.
Like, what, you're never gonna get killed, so you have to go to hell. Like, you don't even get to die. You just go straight to hell.
VIP.
VIP, it is weird. I don't know. I don't think that's the message. Maybe it is he was shot, or...
He's probably going to introduce him to Hitler.
Yeah. I wonder what the theories are on the end of this, actually. I deliberately didn't check, but, like, I've never seen anything like it. Like, the way that shifts at the... like, I don't know if it's 2/3 or, like, how this movie is paced that way, but it's pretty wild.
I'd put it on the list.
Yeah, you don't rent it, don't buy it, or you'll end up on the list.
The to-do list.
What else should you never rent or buy? Just kidding. Tell me what you think about the end of this. Or about it in general. Like, as far as movies go.
There's so many things about this film that are inspiring in a sense. You know, there's so many boundaries pushed.
Yeah.
And not just story and violence, but just some of the filmmaking, some of the editing, so many liberties taken for the making of this.
Yes.
It blows all expectations out of the water.
Yeah, like, I didn't go in expecting this kind of...
This is the film... This is one of the films that I could see you getting shown in film school to dissect.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it almost checks off all the boxes.
Yeah, it's fucking masterful.
Yeah.
For, like, being not lowbrow content, but, like, things that normally wouldn't have such a masterful touch.
Yeah. Yeah, that's brilliant. I think that, you know, if they didn't have that one cut when they were panning to...
Yeah. It would have gone far.
It's fucking great, man. I'm glad that... you know, it's crazy that we both you held it in high regard. You showed it to me.
Yeah.
And we kept this in the vault for quite a while. Like, I'm surprised we didn't have this season 1.
First episode, almost.
Yeah.
Because this is just one that, you know, it's hard to digest in a way.
Yeah.
But it's so worth seeing. But you have to see it all the way through just to see that crazy comeuppance.
Yeah. Yeah, it was iconic.
Iconic, yeah.
How we
And I wonder how many people have actually seen it or heard about it.
never talked to one person that's ever seen it.
Yeah. I've recommended it to some of my, more likely to be able to stand it friends. But yeah, no, I've heard probably like 5 instances of it getting shut off at different points for different things.
Don't you know someone?
And like that's the.
Do you know someone that puked during it? Or is that a different movie?
No, I don't think so.
Someone that was on the show before puked to a movie or something like that.
Probably Serbian Tail.
Yeah. Well, who hasn't?
Or whatever.
I'm not saying what I threw up, but I threw up.
Yeah. So anyway, it's unrated. It's almost how you have to say it out of 10.
Yeah, unrateable.
Unrated.
Well, I'm glad that I got to see the.
Yeah, I'm surprised you got to see it. Yeah, because when it took a long time for that one to get released, I think.
Yeah, get your free trial today.
Nice.
Yeah. I suggest that everyone puts this on their list.
Yeah. Just go to AMC at Prime / Tired Masterminds for a free.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
# you're my hero.
No. If you want to see how far you can go with this thing.
Yeah, we're starting a new challenge.
Yeah.
If you had to turn this movie off, put in the comments exactly the time code.
Yeah. If you need a palate cleanser when you're done seeing this thing, you let us know. Yeah. You let us know you want to join this contest.
Yeah. Phyllis will fill the seat of your face.
Well, don't make any promises that her butt can't cash. You know what I mean?
Grass, cash, ash. So what were you saying about oh my god.
We've gone too far.
Beep. Beep. Beep.
Why don't you back it up? Back up this contest giveaway. Great.
I'll back it up. I'll back it fucking up, buddy. What you got?
You got a doppelganger in your damn list here?
Yeah. I got a number 2. And not in the sense of sequel, but in the sense of don't got room for it.
Yeah, and we don't want it to lay McDormand. Not forever.
Yeah. You would have thought I may see that coming.
Ha, 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 ha. It's a little reddish shovel.
What, do you want me to store more?
Yeah.
Buscemi.
Yeah. Throw yourself in the wood chipper, pal. You fucking nihilist.
Oh, yeah. So you think that
you're out of your element? Yeah,
what?
I do, Donnie.
You want that true coat or what? It's getting cold outside.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Eat your fucking eggs and shut up.
Yeah, the fucking Zodiac.
He's in it. Mm-hmm. Or isn't he? No one knows.
I don't know. Well, that's Drew Carey's brother.
Sister, isn't it?
Maybe. Very transgressive.
Yeah. You had to do it. How transparent. Is he a father or a mother?
No, remember Jeffrey Tambor? Hey now, Hank, from the Larry Sanders Show.
Can't say I do.
No. That was another Amazon thing. Give it a search when you're panning through your AMC connected to there.
What's his name?
Jeffrey Tambor.
Oh, yeah. Is there two of them? Two Jeffs?
Yeah. In Arrested Development.
Let's go see. So what can you win?
Fargo.
Fargo.
Yeah.
The sequel?
Yeah, I mean, it's no Matrix Reloaded, but it's the best we can do. It's a standalone.
Yeah.
Unless
And
you're into the series.
to commemorate the new raffle. Hey, see you later.